geopolitical teamer, whom they quoted as once saying, restructuring my foot, let's restructure our minds. The group said it believed that the Obidati ticket would give Nigeria a breath of fresh air and the greatest opportunity to redeem the country from the quagmire into which it has been plunged by a recurring group of self-centered reactionaries. This is loaded.
Well, that endorsement, I think, came at the right time for Peter Obi. It's quite massive, given the fact that before now, most of Obi's opponents were trying so hard to present him to Nigerians as a regional candidate of the Southeast extraction. If you take a look, or if you take a listen to most of Obi's opponents in this election, what they tell you is that Obi is just popular on social media. They started with that, and when that wasn't sticking, they decided to make him appear like an Igbo project. We've heard people say that even the Soludo said that in his write-up, that Obi is more of a local champion in the southeast. So that endorsement coming from the likes of Babashir Lawal, a former secretary to the state government. We have Yakubu Dogara, a former speaker of the House of Representatives. He belongs to that group. We also have a Senator Abo, the slapping senator. He belongs to that group. So these are influential northerners, and they have given their reasons. If you take a look at some of the reasons they gave, they actually hold water. So I think it's a massive plus for Peter Obi. It will go a long way to dissuade the minds of those who have bought into that idea that Obi is an Igbo project. But the truth is, when you take a look at the endorsements, Obi is really making inroads into the northern parts of the country, making him a national candidate, not a regional candidate.
Well, Obi was in Oyo State just day before yesterday, and it was a mammoth reception for him. You recall also that Ayo Adebanjo also
right.
led Afenifere and, by extension, so many, groups in Yoruba land to the venue of the campaign. And they insisted, even on that ground, that they were not there because he was Igbo or anything, but that there should be need for justice, equity, and fairness. This much they have continued to say. Some people were saying last week that with the court discharging, Babashir Lawal of any involvement in the 544 million naira grass cutting scandal, of which the EFCC, prosecuted him, that probably he had, created of some landing, and because there had been allegations of the judiciary sometimes pandering to certain things from the executive, that maybe they have decided to withdraw tactically that prosecution, and that's the reason he was let off the hook. But this one now has made nonsense of that thinking or insinuation in some quarters. Well, this should be an eye-opener for Nigerians. But again, looking at the bigger picture, going forward, maybe after 2023, should this be a common ground for which we can have the true change we're looking for? Are we going to have a situation where we come to a function, for instance, we sing the national anthem and protocols will be observed, and we just, run the event without saying prayers by Muslims, prayers by Christians, and just the two of them? Others are not recognized, as if we don't have religious freedom and all that. But I think the foundation of this Muslim, Christian, Muslim thing is the fact that we give too much religion while we are not too religious in this country, in terms of having the faith that there is a God after all. Because a situation where Khan has to be speaking, a situation where the ulama have to be visited to speak, it makes nonsense of democracy. Let's have one Nigeria, and I think we can have that. Unfortunately, a President Goodluck Jonathan, from all indications, tried as much as possible to make Nigeria have, that common front. But since 2015, it has been alleged that it has worsened, and so we have that mutual disrespect and suspicion. Former ADC to General Sani Abacha, Major Hamza Al-Mustafa, retired, reiterated that much in Abuja recently when he said, when the church is bombed, maybe by Christians themselves, is to create that fear that it was by Muslims. Sometimes when Muslims are attacked by Muslims themselves, they will say, oh, it's the Christians, just to create that divide. And then we keep fighting against ourselves, whereas these people are friends over there. And of course, the rest of us are just below them and their children forever. Al Mustafa actually painted such a picture, and it's quite clear. It's there for everyone to see.
Well, beyond all you've said, we should also not fail to acknowledge that the kind of politics we play has contributed a lot to Nigerians asking such questions. Where is he from, or what faith, or what's his background? If we have leaders who would emerge and take a look at everybody as equals, we won't be talking about faith or this person's religion or this person's tribe, but because over time we've seen situations where a leader would emerge because he's a Christian and a band comes knocking at his door with a Muhammad. He would rather give attention to a band than a Muhammad. That's the kind of politics we have employed in Nigeria. We've seen situations where a Muhammad would find himself in a position and there is a job opening, and a Joseph and an Isa apply for the same job. The Christian would rather give preference to a Joseph than an Isa, unfortunately,
or a Yusuf, which is Joseph.
Exactly. So
or Isa, which is Jesus.
Exactly. So because that has been the precedent. The reason why people would rather ask, Oga, where are you coming from? Are you of my religion? Do you know it's so bad that even amongst the Christians, Boni, we have division. Once upon a time, the Archbishop in Enugu, Bishop Chukuma, once said that the next governor must be an Anglican. That in Enugu he's been Catholic. Yes, he had to make it obvious. He pronounced it. So it's that bad. But if we succeed in having leaders who would lay emphasis on merit, who would lay emphasis on who deserves what, not laying emphasis on because you're my brother or because you're my sister, because you're coming from here or you're not coming from there, you get this. We'll continue in the same circle, unfortunately.
I hope those who will be in the National Assembly from 2023, I know some ranking senators will still return. Some ranking members of the House of Reps will return in terms of talking about concurrence now. We'll look at a situation where we find everything necessary to expunge religion from hovering around our polity. Let religion be an individual person's matter. As a matter of fact, if not for what had transpired in the last couple of years, maybe a Tinubu Shetima wouldn't have mattered. You understand?
Take a look. In 1993, nobody knew who Bola Tinubu's his religion. Nobody laid emphasis on it. But many years later, because politicians kept emphasizing these divisive lines, they kept sinking in the minds of Nigerians. The reason why it is a big deal today, but in 1993 it wasn't a big deal.
It's a big deal because even in appointments prior to even now, what we had was if the Northerners take this, the Christians must take this. There are certain MDAs that must go to Northerners and Southerners. Of course, in the last 7 years plus, you've seen that nonsense has been made of it, such that from what we see, people from the north have taken just about everything, and that is what they fear. That is even fueling the fear the more.
That's right.
The fear the more. The fact now remains that, as we are suggesting this morning, from 2023, let's have a situation where the National Assembly would close its eyes and say, look, all of us, we have religions. There are even those amongst them who are here, they are there, and they are nowhere. And I can explain that, maybe not on microphone, because there are places they go in the night that they don't go in the afternoon. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? There are some forests they go to in the evening hours, and they don't go on Sundays or on Fridays. So we just have to be sincere with this. As long as we begin to couch these things in sweet tongues and all that, without really opening it up, we'll have problem as a nation. But for some people who have really seen, 40s and 50s and even more of their lives, or maybe 70s and 80s, it doesn't matter no more. I can tell you that whatever we're doing wrong today is a recipe for the disaster awaiting our children from all the divides, religion, tribe, race, whatever. All right? So let's be careful. Those who are given the opportunity should begin to think Nigeria. Let's not allow some of these sentimental factors destroy us. Our diversity is supposed to be our strength, but I see that it is no longer our strength anyway. Why should it be so in the 21st century? And this is a big question still. Now, let's go on our first break this morning. We will be back. Estate People and Politics.
Oh, yo. Now God did dash pikin to mama and papa dem oh. And now so God dash breast milk to pikin dem. Breast milk get all the better things wey good for your pikin, plus water. So therefore, give your pikin only breast milk for the first 6 months. No forget give your pikin breast milk only for the first 6 months. This message now from ARIN Project, Federal Ministry of Health.
Becky, come and have your cereal.
Mommy, can I have my cereal with moral glucose D, please?
Can I have some in my tea, please?
Of course, darling. As a mother, I choose Monroe Glucose D as the sweetener for all my family's cereal and beverages because it not only gives my family instant energy, Monroe Glucose D is enriched with calcium and vitamin D. When you're buying, look out for the Monroe Glucose D logo on the pack to ensure that you're getting premium quality. Monroe Glucose D is manufactured by Brand Monroe Limited.
Energy fast.
Today now your wedding date.
Sorry, you no look okay. No be today. Now today be your wedding, my daughter.
Na cold and kata again, no. I'm not too sure if I go fit make am to the wedding.
No, talk am again. Your papa must hear this. Nothing fit spoil your day, my daughter.
Oh, so sorry, my daughter. But you need Mixagrip.
Mixagrip?
Make you no spoil your day, take Mixagrip. Mixagrip gets paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective and fast relief from cold and catarrh.
I don't dey better.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited they distribute Mixagrip. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Mixagrip, don't skip your day.
No go Mixagrip.
Super Peters, so nice. Super Peters, your body so nice.
Oh, Biarije. This one where you put face like person where your wife run leave children for. Oh, Guinea-kwa.
Chikwe, my brother, I don't tire. While I just there everywhere.
Yeah, welcome. Chigi and Wayo, make you take them easy. Life na jejely. Wahala be like tomorrow, you know they finish. Now why me and my wife, anytime when she come back from market and me come back from work, now enjoyment get also with the super bitter aquarike.
No wonder. You just the frost anyhow, you and your wife.
Super bitter aquarike. Now that ogbonge natural herbs drink. When NAFDAC test confirm and say it dey good for body, it no get any chemical for inside though, it no get preservative, and it no get mate for market. Now, see this one, Hold on, use a whole side small. Make wahala no kill you.
As this one no go reach me and my wife, what do you want make you do?
Friend, make you go cemetery market Aba or any market way they near your side. Go buy your own. Or you call them for 0811 359 1568. Super Bita Aquarike, I beg. Make we enjoy life they go.
So nice. Super Bitas Aquarike. Ronaldo Messi Neymar Mane Hagabuchi dia yakata.
Nwanne chegodo kwa kedu ka isiri hụ asụmpi bọọlụ ndị egwu ama ama n'ụwa niile na-agba egwuregwu bọọlụ Qatar 2022 ga-atọgbu onwe ya maka nkọwa ga-adị n'asụsụ Igbo Pidgin Yoruba na Hausa ekwekwala ka ịsọmpi bọọlụ niile ọnụọgụgụ ya ruru 64 a ga-egosi na onyonyo gafee gị ma ọlị
n'ezie ugo eberela na mgbagbu mmemme kachasị elu n'egwuregwu bọọlụ nke ụwa niile ahụtiela lee ma nweta aṅụrị mmemme iko ụwa yakata site n'abalị 20 ọnwa Nọvemba ruo abalị 18 ọnwa Disemba 2022 na GoTV mee ngwa ngwa jiri 6,900 naira gaa zụta GoTV decoder gị nke otu ọnwa GoTV Max na gote na zụrụ abịa GoTV, love it. Pass me the cup, please.
Come on, put your phone down.
This Christmas, the best present you can give is to be present. Put your phones away during meals and give your loved ones the gift of you. Wishing you a very Merry Christmas from Coca-Cola. Also available in a 50 cl glass bottle.
Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Mane, all of them, they
Reason this matter, think of Ogbonge football with the greatest them. You fit enjoy Qatar 2022 games in Pidgin, Igbo, Yoruba and Hausa. You're not supposed to miss any action of all 64 games live.
Now so, the biggest tournament for world football don't show. Watch all the action for Qatar 2022 Yakata from the 20th of November to the 18th of December on Go TV. Sharply get a Go TV decoder, Go Tenor plus 1 month max for 6,900 naira today. Go TV, love it.
Hello, ebe ka ị nọ? Ana m abịa o, anọ m nso. Ngwa o, achọrọ m ịkpọ gị aga n'ụlọ ndozi ahụ spa. Aga m akwụ ụgwọ. Spa akwa. Ọ bụ ike mere mkpesa na ichi gị shishi naanị n'izu ụka gara aga. Nke ahụ bụ na tupu m nweta ihe nrite mmeri kaadị onyinye 100,000 naira na 50,000 nke Zenith Better Life Promo Season 2.
Ụlọ akụ Zenith Bank na-enye mmadụ 20 nwere ihe ọma onyinye ruru 1,000 naira na 50,000 kwa izu ụka abụọ ọbụla n'ihe nrite Zenith Better Life Promo Season 2. Iji tozuo, mepee akaụntụ Zenith Bank ma debe opeka mpe 5,000 n'otu ọnwa. Nata debit kaadị Zenith Bank gị nke aka nkịtị nakwa nke ọwara ịntanetị. Mee ndebe aha maka akara *966# maọbụ nke ha kpọrọ Zenith Mobile Banking. Ọzọ karịrị ibe ya bụ na mmadụ 5 nwere ihe nrite ọpụ iche ga-enwetakwa onyinye ruru 5,000 kwa ọnwa atọ ọbụla. Ihe nrite mmemme a bụ maka ndị ahịa ọhụrụ nakwa ndị niile nwere akaụntụ Zenith Bank ugbu a. Ọ bụ bido n'ụbọchị mbụ nke ọnwa Febụwarị 2022 tutu ruo ụbọchị 31 nke ọnwa Jenụwarị 2023 ka ọ ga-akwụsị. Iwu na usoro dịkwa ya o. Zenith Bank, maka ezigbo ọdịmma gị.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, you're welcome back. Still talking P2B. Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo yesterday dismissed an alleged rift between him and the former governor, who is also the Labour Party presidential candidate, P2B. He insisted that Obi remained his brother despite their political differences. Speaking at St. Patrick's Cathedral, Oka, during the Thanksgiving Mass for Most Reverend Paulinus Eze Okafor in celebration of his 70th birthday, Soludo said he would soon meet with Obi to iron out their differences. The governor said, quote, "When we came into the service, it was the first time my brother Peter Obi and I are meeting in a public event and in a Catholic church to which two of us belong. I think it was divine. When I came in, I quickly went to where he sat and hugged him. People watched with bewilderment as if we were acting a drama. Is it not the same people quarreling? Let me tell you, we spoke 2 times just last night. There is no rift between Obi and me at a personal level. Nobody snatched each other's wife. What appears to be the rift between us is fundamental political differences, nothing else," unquote.
Well, Ben, your voice is just as, let me use a common one, big like Soludo's own. I would have thought that you would have conceptualized Soludo in your head and then begin to dramatize, where Soludo was talking, and then you drag it. You're deliberate about it and all that. But you see, this is not a question of don't mind politicians, they are friends here. There's nothing else they would have done. Do you expect a Soludo, not to respect his superior? Yes, Peter has actually said that Soludo is his senior by way of age, but Peter Obi is a senior in terms of political office holding. All right, you don't expect a Soludo to just snub him. That was a drama for the people to see. Drama in church, because except if you are not studying the Bible, because I know a lot of people own the Bible, they read it, but they don't study it as the Bible itself says you should do. So there was nothing else they would have done. But the antecedents of Soludo, particularly in the last couple of weeks, speaking here, speaking there, even writing in parts, except that he was, stopped after part 1. So there is nothing he should have said or he could have said, and we have seen it. Again, what people do in public is not what they intend to do ordinarily, or what they would do, or what is going on and all that. Even a baby would tell you that with all that Soludo had said, that just hugging in church meant that all was well. Personally, I wouldn't think so. But again, I'm happy that P2B, the one I have known so far, would not take it to heart, because he's focused on what he's doing. He's focused in the drive to do what he wants to do. I, for one, I never heard of any Peter Obi until even he became governor, and the impeachment saga, returning another impeachment, is returning, and all that. Don't forget also that he was not the man voted first time. He fought it through the courts, and then there were 2 impeachments. That was when Peter Obi became a factor in Nigeria. I'm not sure many people knew Peter Obi, all right? And he has exemplified that humility up until now. I've run into him severally in several places. Let me tell you one thing. People high and mighty respect that man because they know what he is. That is why he was even put in economic advisory committee of a party he did not belong to until he even belonged to the party and all that, and of which he has left anyway. All right? So Soludo may say anything he wants to, but the fact remains that anybody who could see, not just look, can tell what is on ground.
Well, for me, the followers should as well learn too. We've talked about this many times on this platform, but for emphasis sake, let me just breeze through it again. Most times when politicians come out publicly and it appears they are quarreling, what Soludo is saying is, no, we're not quarreling. We may differ politically, but when we see, we still remember we are brothers. We shake hands, we eat together, we hug, which is very important. Okay, what we've seen over time, you see followers fight themselves, kill themselves, even maim themselves. It's that bad. So we're hoping that the followers will keep learning from their mentors or their principals in this case. So we'll have a more serene political atmosphere where people would realize that politics, campaign, call it whatever name you want to, is more civil than a warlike situation.
Fantastic. But it's gone beyond the game anyway. When you read through the lines, what I'm trying to say is this: it's not when you speak, one could say you spoke into the air, but when you write, it's gone down in history. All right, it can be filed and can be put in the archives and can be revisited for years and centuries to come. All right. Notwithstanding, it's not for us to find the embers of disunity between two brothers who have, before the altar of God, agreed that there is no wahala. But don't just tell us that, particularly when you are politicians. All right. But again, it had happened. It had happened. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has maintained that the G5 governors have no intention of leaving the People's Democratic Party, PDP, for anyone, but rather are committed to fighting for equity, fairness, and justice in the overall interest of all. Governor Wike stated this yesterday in Umahia during the official inauguration of the PDP electioneering campaigns for the governorship, National Assembly, and State Assembly candidates in the state for the 2023 general elections. He assured that they were ready to take Nigeria out of its present challenges.
We came here today to tell you there's nothing like going back. We stand for equity. We stand for fairness. We stand for justice. And that is why anywhere we go, when we came here, the band was singing. And I have your time. Yendeva, 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 Yendeva.
Weekend.
Anyway, Timaya has, turned.
I see they paying them.
Has turned. I think he's going to pay Wiki some royalties anyway. Timaya has, anyway, he's craftily, turned Wiki's song to an album or a single, which is going to be selling fast very soon. As they pin them in the speakers, right? So in Yendeba, I don't know who is going to do that any moment soon. But again, this is a crusade. It carries all over the country. Now, while delivering his speech, Abia State Governor Dr. Okezie stated that he was sure that all PDP candidates would emerge victorious in the elections based on the fact that his administration had affected Abians positively.
In the past 7 years, we have laid a solid foundation for the takeoff of a great Abia. We are going to bequeath to the next administration for the first time a 30-year development plan for Abia State, which was not there before. We are also going to bequeath for the first time a master plan for Aba, Umuahia, and Ohafia, which was not there before. We are also going to bequeath a master plan for industrial development, which we, therefore, our party, let me tell you that you should not exercise any fear at all about our winning in Abia. Owe party also on Abia. ndị ọzọ na-ejiri ihe a ụfọdụ enweghị experience enweghị pedigree.
In their various speeches, the members of the G5 PDP Integrity Group, including Governor Samuel Otom of Benue, Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu, Seyi Makinde of Oyo, congratulated all the candidates that received flags and assured that the G5 would support them. Correspondent Godwin Ike reports that the event was attended by the Deputy Governor of Abia State, Sir Ude Okochukwu, and a host of other top government functionaries. Well, I would like to see the master plan in place. I'd like to see the industrial development plan. I'd like to see, the 30-year working plan in place and all that. But it's good that the PDP, candidate, senatorial candidate now, and then the incumbent governor is saying all of those. Fantastic. A government should be futuristic. But most importantly for me, as a citizen of Abia, I'd like to see, the master plan in place very quickly, because it's something we have engaged, the town planners over a long time. Of course, since the last 9 years or thereabout. And each time they say it's quite expensive. You need some instruments. There were so many factors militating against having a master plan. And while we're waiting, we've seen urban slums, emerging. I live in one right now as I speak to you. A situation where I see massive buildings worth millions of naira, and you cannot drive 2 cars past them and all that stuff. As a matter of fact, if 2 massive individuals, 2 yakuzunos, if they pass by themselves, they may not be able to pass through a street in the urban slums that we are developing. And in all of this, my brother, we see the town planners coming to mark their red X, stop work, all right, and fixing a date. But that goes after, as alleged, they are seen behind the walls. And so who is going to ensure that some of these gigantic structures that have defaced what should have been a new Aba, for instance, have emerged and may not be taken down and would remain like that? I don't know.
Well, I think you've said it all. There is really need for such a plan to be in place. When Aba was planned, nobody believed that a time would come that the city will expand up to this point. Okay, people who live in this part of the city now see themselves as people who live in Aba. But once upon a time, these places were people's villages. So, in as much as development is encroaching into these villages, there is also need for such development to be planned properly. And I think that's what the governor was trying to explain, that his administration has been able to come up with a 30-year-old plan that hopefully future administrations will continue with. Most times, one of the biggest problems we have is continuity in government. A governor would come, start a project, maybe because of time, he couldn't finish it. Take a look at 30 years. That plan can actually outlive so many people today. So if a future governor decides not to continue with the plan, what happens? We've seen that over and over again in different states of the federation. But at the site, the kickoff of the statewide campaign, it was quite a huge success. It was on TV and we all enjoyed listening to Wiki as usual. But the bottom line, many people have been asking, how come Atiku did not make it? One would have expected the PDP presidential candidate to be there, even if the national chairman couldn't make it. But Ikone, the PDP Guba candidate, paid Atiku a visit, inviting him officially to the kickoff. So does that mean that with all the pleas and everything that Ikone made to Atiku, he decided to ignore the kickoff of the campaign yesterday in Abia? It says a lot. Those who have been telling us that the problem is not as big as the media make it appear. What transpired yesterday is an indication that it's quite bigger than the media.
No, except if I mix the dates. I think while this was taking place here, Atiku was away in Kwara.
Boni, these people have helicopters. They have private jets. We've seen a P2B in 3 states in one day. Not to talk about Atiku with all his connection and as a former vice president. He could make it happen if he had wanted to.
No, but if the host, even though the G5 have said they are not against Atiku, But again, they won't work for the PDP, obviously, for reasons of Ayu being the national chairman. So by extension, it's going to affect Atiku. And if that was not the case, there wouldn't have been this clash, in date of the campaign.
Exactly.
Because these governors of G5 would have been there. But again, they have said, if I listen to Wike very well, he shouted it to the whole world, almost going hoarse, that a corrupt national chairman cannot lead them to any campaign. I think that was just last week or thereabout. Okay? And he listed the amounts involved. 1 billion, 100 million and all that. And he reiterated the fact that a corrupt chairman cannot lead them to a campaign. And you also saw that, Ayu made some comments as well. In fact, now he's saying 4 years. It's not the same Ayu who said not too long ago that if Atiku should win, the moment he wins, he will, step aside. Now he's mouthing 4 years. So it's a big problem.
Well, let's go to Rivers, where a federal high court in Port Harcourt yesterday disqualified the governorship candidate of the APC, Tonya Cole, in that state. In his ruling, the presiding judge, Justice Emmanuel Obile, said Cole was not eligible to contest the governorship position. The APC candidate was said to be a citizen of the United Kingdom. The PDP in Rivers had asked INEC to disqualify Cole of the APC, claiming that the delegates that voted at the primary election that brought in the candidates were not democratically elected. According to the court, the APC did not comply with the Electoral Act that brought in Cole as the candidate of the party. On Thursday, Justice Obile directed INEC to delist his name from the list of eligible candidates for the 2023 governorship election.
Well, for Cole, it is not the first time. It had happened before, when at the nick of time he was disqualified. And for the APC, right?
That's right.
Is more and more and more trouble every election year for the APC. And somebody should just maybe whether they should go to the shrine this time to find out why it is always so. Because we have had a situation where all candidates did not even go into the election, and it kept recurring. Something is wrong somewhere. Even this year, some persons had pointed accusing fingers at Wike as being the one to protect their votes after voting in the 2023 general elections. Well, earlier, the APC presidential campaign chairman for the Southeast, Hope Uzodinma, vowed that the entire region was for the APC. Well, the word vow again. That is, by the way. Tinubu says, he will transform the Southeast. He says he will dialogue with the agitators in the region.
Well, the visit yesterday was quite significant. Before now, remember during the APC primaries, he practically visited all regions in the country. But for some reasons, Tinubu never paid a visit to any state in the Southeast. So he has probably realized that for you to be the president of a country, you must have a national outlook. You've not gotten the position and you've started sidelining certain persons. It wasn't a good move on the side of Tinubu, and I'm sure he realized that politically that would have cost him so much. The reason why he has made amends, and he paid a visit to Boni State yesterday and made all manner of promises.
All right, so
let's go interactive. 0809 555 1029, 0809 666 1029, or 0907 677 1029. We're also live on Facebook, Magic FM NG. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
I am Exodus 1414, and I'm calling you from Ume 11, Okay, I want to say something concerning what the Christian, Northerners from Christian region. I want to say that if Nigeria is one, and they must remain as one, then everybody must be carrying along. You cannot tell me that you want Nigeria to be, united, but some of your actions are not leading to unity of this country. Everybody must carry along. If this country must remain united,
How can you pick a Muslim? You are a Muslim. You pick a Muslim in this country that has many religions and religion. You carry a Muslim as your running mate, and you want Christians to vote for you. You want Christians to love you as a presidential candidate. How do you think that is possible? Now, when you check this Buhari current administration, how many Christians is in strong position in this Buhari administration? So, I want to say this thing. APC, as a political party in Nigeria, they have been acting as if they are, only for Muslims. So, if they want to win election, let them carry everybody along with them.
All right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ben Boni.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
I am Cosmoko, calling you from Apaya.
Go ahead.
Equity from federal and equity in the state. Is there any difference between them? That's I want to know. Do we have two terms of equity and justice and fairness? Answer is no. Equity is equity. Now, some people are claiming that it is the turn of evil from federal to rule Nigeria. Then in either state, so the 33 people have taken the mantle of leadership from other South, giving it back to other South again. So you can see the type of equity we are playing in the state. While most of them are crying for the equity in the
your governorship candidate now is from Abia Central. All
That's
right?
right.
Okay, even though he's Ungwa, if that is what you meant, but he's from Abia Central,
not Abia
South. We thought we should just correct that quickly.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Your name and location.
Thank you. My name is Prince Emmanuel. Calling you from Abba.
Go ahead, Prince.
I'm a town planner.
Okay.
Yes, I want to correct some impression. Mr. Boni.
Can you turn down the volume of your radio, sir?
Okay. Mr. Boni, there are some impressions I want to correct about town planning. You have always held town planning on the negative side.
Please correct it quickly for want of time.
Yes, sir. I'm on air. You are not a town planner, so if you want to study town planning, we will give you some education about town planning. Stop work order goes beyond that thing you think it is. There are so many things involved in stop work order. We have anchored you in some of our programs that we should know.
Sorry, it is not a personal thing. Put the corrections and don't attack me. Sorry. Put the corrections through. No, put the corrections, sir.
Yes, allow me to speak, Mr. Boni.
No, but if you are speaking to Boni without the issue, I will stop you. Hello?
There are more about stop work order than what you expect of me. When we mark the stop work order, it doesn't end there. And the stop work order is not automatic that the building should not continue. There are so many others. You journalists are not the town planner. It is very bad of you.
All right, thank you very much. For the general public, it is not uncommon that what we have around us today, even maybe where you're listening to us from, is not well planned. And we have suggested on this program that where we have the X mark on a building that is just starting and is basically going to distort the environment, it is the duty of the town planner, even if I have to be prosecuted, gentlemen, if you're listening, it is the duty of the town planner who says stop work to stop that work until it is properly done. Because surveyors would have done their job, all right, and all that. So I don't see a situation where you see a house that does not give way for drainage, for poles, for even road that two Okada can pass. And when we point it out for the benefit of society, a town planner is attacking me rather than talking about the issue. And I would like you to take me up on that outside of the program, because it's not me, it's what we see. We live in these environments. The places that were planned, we see the streets were planned out and all that. Yes, I've also interacted with you people, asked questions, and I'm told that to have a town plan is very expensive. And I know that I've had sessions with you people, even anchoring your programs. And part of the, pleas you've made had been having, the need to have a town plan. The governor has also reiterated this morning that is part of what he's going to be bequeathed to the next administration. So leave it at the point of issues and not the person talking about it. Because even as we speak, you go around, you see X mark on buildings, Ben. Well, stop work clearly written with a date there. That's right. All right? And nothing happens after that. And the job continues. So if you are involved, please check it properly and do something. It's for the benefit of the general public that I'm answering this. All right?
Well, on Facebook, Onowu the 10th says Peter Obi is a peacemaker and is the right candidate who has the capacity to restore long-term peace and unity in Nigeria. Emmanuel Wagu, APC Christians have joined the embattled Babacha Lawal and Afenifere to endorse Peter Obi and Ahmed Dati for presidency. This is getting more interesting. Kenneth and Kama, the endorsement by the aggrieved northern Christians is a good one, and a total confirmation of a new Nigeria is possible. Daniel Dino, aggrieved northern APC Christians endorsing Obi Dati is a welcome development, and Peter Obi is not only an Igbo project. See mammoth crowd supporting him. The change we need is coming. And then a Christian, more endorsement is on the way for Peter Obi. The so-called acclaimed political heavyweights in Nigeria never saw this coming. Udoji Okoji led a whole north. Okay, thank you. Gospel Nwakachi Onkwachi Joseph is saying aggrieved northern APC Christians endorsing Obidati is a good move. Okay. Engineer Moses Obinaya, PDP state governorship campaign flag off was colorful. He's praying for Aisha Buhari for speedy recovery. Okay. Man Johnny, aggrieved northern Christians endorsing Obidati candidacy is a justifiable decision. All right, Chika Onyendi thanks God for bringing the duo of Peter, Obi, and Soludo together after much blue blah blah blah. Okay, sometimes when someone goofs, he can utter words that are capable of uniting or disintegrating the PDAPC. Okay, even Labour Party. All right, Motive OJ saying APC in River State is just making the river politics one-way affairs. No more opposition in that state. Comrade Elijah Odenwa, the Jagaban who was crowned, who said promising Southeast that he will negotiate with the aggrieved members. Why don't he tell Boo Boo to do that now, or he wants to take the glory? Well, that's all time would permit for this week. We have to go. Thank you for being part of the program. We'll be back again Monday morning. My name is Ben Watu.
And I am Boni. Do have a blessed weekend.
Introducing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new Jollof Taste Maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof rice taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
You can have it hot, big chocolate. You can have it cold, big chocolate. You can have it at home, at school, at work, or when you hit the road. It doesn't matter who you are, grown up or a kid. Enjoy the chocolate to goodness every day because you need to reach your peak. Everybody needs nourishing goodness. You can never have enough, it's true. Taste the nourishment you can enjoy. Big chocolate it is. Kids, grown-ups, it doesn't matter. Have a rich cup of thick chocolate anytime and enjoy the delicious nourishment of chocolatey goodness. Big chocolate it is. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Today now your wedding date. Sorry, you no look okay. No be today. Now today be your wedding, my daughter.
I cold and Qatar again, no. I'm not too sure if I go fit make up to the wedding.
No, talk am again. Your papa must hear this. Nothing fit spoil your day, my daughter.
Oh, so sorry, my daughter. But you need Mixagrip.
Mixagrip?
Make you no spoil your day, oh. Take Mixagrip. Mixagrip gets paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective and fast relief from cold and catarrh.
I don't dey better.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited they distribute Mixagrip. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Mixagrip, don't skip your day.
No, go Mixagrip. Ovaltine, 3 in 1.
Start your children's day with the great taste of Ovaltine 3-in-1. Milk, choco, and Ovaltine for active bodies and sharp minds. Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
My love, you on that for Mama room?
Hey, Mama don't urinate this last night.
Oh yeah, fast. Make we no waste time, go get Dr. Brown's adult diapers.
Adults, they get nappy?
Sure. Incontinence, my love, fit be problem for elderly people or people wey get sickness for body. When person no fit hold in urine or e dey poo for body, e no suppose dey cause shame. No worry, Dr. Brown's adult diapers dey affordable.
Say you no go dey leak so?
Dr. Brown's adult diapers dey stretchable, so e go fit easy for anybody wey be adult.
My love, make I go get this Dr. Brown's adult diapers and make we for take arrange Mama sharp. Dr. Brown's adult diapers are high-quality adult diapers with a special wetness indicator along with our unique ultra-leak guard technology to prevent leakages, simply because Dr. Brown cares.
Oh yeah, make una drop all the phone.
For this Christmas, the best thing wey you fit give na to carry all your mind dey with your people. Throw away phone for one side as you dey chop afternoon and evening food. Make you for fit give people wey you love something wey only you fit give. Your full mind. Coca-Cola dey wish you very Merry Christmas. E also dey for 50cl glass bottle o.
Yeah! Anytime you feel cold and hot out, take Pro-Cold. Pro-Cold now better melody. Take Pro-Cold for effective relief from cold and hot. Everywhere you go, take Pro-Cold. Pro-Cold, oh. Take Pro-Cold.
Pro-Cold asks paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh. If symptoms persist after 3 days, go see your doctor. Pro-Cold is distributed by Orange Drugs Limited and endorsed by the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Pro-Cold, relieve cold and catarrh.
Take Pro-Cold.
My baby don't reach 6 months.
Sure, 6 months don't reach now. Hey, na him be say breast milk alone no go do for your pikin again, no. Time don't reach to dey give am food wey dey soft, wey dey mash together. So, on top breast milk, make sure say you give your pikin food wey get at least one for these 5 sets. Egg, fish or meat, fruit plus vegetable, oil, beans, groundnut, soya or millet, rice, potato, maize or yam. You suppose mash this food together so e go dey soft well for your pikin. From 6 months, your pikin need this kind food to make him body dey kakaraka and make e grow well. This message na from ARIN Project, Federal Ministry of Health.
Since the last Senate to this present Senate, have been doing almost everything that is necessary, including giving this administration everything that they have asked for.
This is Ward 5 St. Eugene in Abanot local government, precise Umuobu Street. This 500 kVA transformer that was given to us through Senator Enyinaya Hakot Abaribe. So this area, we have problems of electricity supply. Graciously, we have a brand new transformer that was installed and energized some of our people.
Ebe ka ị ga-abịanye aka ebe sere ọkụkọ tụnyere Abaribe ebe sere ọkụkọ Igbo bụ oke mba.
Finally, we have a radio station that speaks to the rest of us.
I just wanted to say thank you very much.
Thank God.
Thank you so much.
Tell all your friends about
Magic 102.9 ABBA.
This is the hottest station.
Magic FM 102.9. Yeah, that's us. Feel the magic.
Let's go fly Arik Air. Arik Air is resuming flights from Owerri to Lagos and Abuja with onward connection to Kano from November 28, 2022. Fly Arik Air to Lagos, Abuja, and Kano this festive season and enjoy unbeatable fare and great customer experience. Book online at www.arikair.com or on Arik mobile app. Fly well, fly safe, fly Arik Air. Arik Air, Wings of Nigeria.
This is the real magic. 102.9.
Good day, listeners. We welcome you back again to Osa Herbal Care Venture, the pioneer in contemporary herbal medicine, both home and abroad, with over 28 years experience in the field of herbal medicine. This is another year again. We also pray not to fall sick, but if you notice changes in your body or you are experiencing any symptom of sickness, please don't hesitate to treat yourself immediately.
There are some facts you need to know about your health. Anybody can experience sickness, but don't take treatment without tests because you might be taking medication for the wrong sickness. Take, for instance, someone that is urinating frequently. This might be as a result of chronic infection, prostate enlargement, urinary tract infection. You need to know that it is not only diabetes that can cause this condition of frequent urination, but some people will be taking medication without proper tests. And this has affected a lot of people to the extent that they had been visiting places and taking medication for years without result or solution to their problem.
Also, someone with joint pain. Do you know that many people have been managing their joint pains until it becomes chronic? Some do take painkiller without even confirming or running a test to ascertain the cause of the pains in their joints. Some people are experiencing pains in their hand, mouth, and legs to the extent that they cannot walk well again. Some people cannot even bend down without experiencing pains. Do you know that many people have swollen joints, legs, ankle, and hand? Many people believe it is only rheumatism or arthritis that can cause pains in the legs, while some people usually apply rub on the affected areas, and they have been doing that for so many years without results. You need to know that sickness can become chronic if you ignore it or you did not treat yourself very well to eradicate the disease out of your body.
Infection is one of the most common diseases in our society today because there are many ways people can easily be exposed or get it, like from man to woman, food you eat, dirty environment, contaminated water, to mention but a few. Do you know that infection can start with itching, biting, rashes, internal heat, and movement sensation, among other symptoms? And if it is not well treated after some months, the infection can become chronic and affect some vital organs in your body with the help of toxins. Also, do you know that infection can be responsible for many of the chronic diseases you have been experiencing for long, such as cough, waist problem, sleepless nights, weakness of the body, difficulty in urination, pains in your hands and shoulder, hotness of the chest, stomach problems, inability to use your hands and legs or move properly?
People are always saying it is because they don't have much money. That is the reason they are visiting quacks. This is 2022. Maybe you have been to places before and those places failed you. You can benefit from Osa Herbal Care Venture products. They are in capsule form, tablet form, liquid or syrup form. People with joint pains, leg pains, or you cannot walk well like before. Your blood is not flowing well in your legs or hands again, or it's like your leg is always biting you. Muscolo capsule is for you. It is in both liquid and capsule forms. We also produce Waistron capsule. If you have waist pain or problem. You cannot walk a certain distance without holding your waist, or to climb a little hill is a problem. Or if you sit down and to stand up is always a problem for you. Waistron capsule is for you. Also, we are makers of 7 Clean capsule. It is in liquid, sachet, powder, and capsule forms. You that have infection, or maybe your own infection have lasted for too long in your body. Also remember, Ulcer Cleanser is now available.
Make I tell you something where nobody's supposed to tell you. If body they do you somehow, no waste time, come make we check out. No time to dey check it time. Make you no go dey play with your life, because your health is your wealth, and your wealth is your health. Also have a care venture, Center of Alternative Therapy. Pioneer, experience now the master. Also have a care venture, Center of Alternative Therapy. Pioneer, experience now the master. Also have a care venture, Center of Alternative Therapy. Pioneer, experience now the master. Also have a care venture, Center of Alternative Therapy. Pioneer, experience now the master.
Ya gazie ndị ọma na-ege ntị, Ọsahaba Care Ventures awụchiela ọzọ n'oge pụrụ iche ndị isi afro kwaba okpu n'ihe gbasara ọgwụ mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ n'ihe gafetagoro 28 dịka anyị banye ọzọ. Ekpere anyị kwado bụ na anyị agaghị ada n'ọrịa, mana ọ bụ na ị chọpụtara mgbanwe dị aṅaa n'ahụ gị, ma ọ bụ na enweela ihe ngosi ọrịa ọbụla, biko dondoriko egbu n'oge n'inweta ọgwụgwọ. Ndị mmadụ na-ekwukarị na ọ bụ n'ihi na ha enweghị ego kpatara ha ji ejekwu ndị adịgboroja. Ihe a bụkwa afọ 2022. O nwere ike ọ bụrụ na ị gaala ọtụtụ ebe dị iche iche n'oge mbụ, mana otu abụ n'ezi, ị nwere ohere inweta uru site n'aka ndị Ọsahaba Care Venture nke dị n'ụdị maka ndị nwere ihe mgbu njikọ ọkpụkpụ, ụkwụ mgbu, ma ọ bụ na ị naghị ejele ije nke ọma dịka ị na-emebu na mbụ, ma ọ bụ na ọbara gị anaghịzi erugharịzi dịka n'ụkwụ gị ma ọ bụ n'aka gị dịka o si dị na mbụ, ma ọ bụ na ụkwụ na-atakasị gị kwa mgbe. Moscolo capsule bụ nke gị. Ọ dị na nke mmiri nakwazi nke mkpụrụ. Anyị na-emepụtakwazi Westron capsule. Ọ bụrụ na ị nwere ụkwụ mgbu, ma ọ bụ na ị nweghị ike ịgala ije na-ejideghị ụkwụ gị aka, ma ọ bụ na ịnọdụsi ala ikulite abụrụzi ya nsogbu, Westron capsule bụ nke gị. Anyị bụ ndị na-emepụtakwa 7 Clean capsule. Ọ dị na nke mmiri, nzu otite na nke mkpụrụ. Ngị bụ onye nwere ọrịa na-efe efe, ma ọ bụ na ya bụ ọrịa anọọla ogologo oge n'ahụ gị, chetakwa na Ulcer Cleanser dị ugbu a na-eche gị. Kosinadị, maka ndị nke a bụ izizi ha ige anyị ntị, nke a bụ Ọsahaba Care Venture. Anyị anọọla ihe karịrị afọ 28 ma mepụtakwazi ya ọtụtụ ọgwụ mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ karịrị 25 nke NAFDAC nyere ezi nkwado, nke ọtụtụ nkwupụta akaebe so ya. Ngwa, ị nwere ike irite uru site na ọgwụ mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ si n'aka ndị Ọsahaba Care Ventures dịka Mr. Doc Buster maka naanị ụmụ nwoke. Ụmụ nwaanyị agaghị aṅụ ya maka na ụmụ nwoke ekwesịghị ịkọrọ nwunye ha akụkọ ajambele n'abalị ọzọ. Ọ dị n'ụdị mkpụrụ nakwazi nke mmiri. Authentic Mama dịkwazi ya, nke a bụ maka ụmụ nwaanyị. Naanị ụmụ nwaanyị ga-aṅụ ya, ụmụ nwoke agaghị aṅụ ya. Oge eruola mgbe ị ga-achụ ya bụ mgbu okpuru afọ, ụkwụ mgbu, ụmị ọkpụkpụ na-eso nsọ nwaanyị gị, ma na-anọchiri gị ụzọ inwe nwa nke gị ọsọ ụkwụ eru ala. Jụ ya bụ ọrịa n'afọ a bụ 2022. Matic capsule alọghachitela maka ndị na-enwe ahụ mgbu, isi n'ụra bilie, ahụ gị niile ejupụta n'ihe mgbu, iru obere ọrụ ike agwụ gị. Kwụsị ịga zute ndị adịgboroja n'ihi na ịhụbeghị onye ga-agwọ gị ya bụ ọrịa ọla kpamkpam. Nọgidesi ike n'ekpere ka Chineke gbaziere gị ụzọ ebe ị ga-enweta usoro, maka na imilikiti jupụtara ma ole na ole ka aghọtara. Biko aṅụkwala ọgwụ ọbụla na-ebughị akara NAFDAC. Tupu ị ṅụọ ọgwụ anyị ọbụla, gbaa mbọ hụ na aha anyị nọ na ya ma nwekwazi ya akara NAFDAC. N'ịga n'ihu, anyị chọrọ iji ohere a kelee ezi ọrụ ndị niile na-enye nkwado, maka na ewepụ ha ọgwụ mkpọrọgwụ na mkpa akwụkwọ egwuo mmiri n'ala anyị. Anyị jikwazi ohere a na-agwa ọha na eze na ọ bụ naanị n'ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị iche iche ka ị ga-enwetanwu ngwa ahịa anyị, mana ọ bụrụ na ụlọ ọrụ anyị tere gị aka mana iji mpụtara nyocha ahụ gị nke na-egosi ihe butere nsogbu gị, anyị nwere ike inye gị ndụmọdụ site na ebe nzikọrịta ozi anyị WhatsApp iji gbaziere gị ụzọ n'ụdị ọgwụ ị chọrọ na otu ị ga-esi nweta ya na be gị. Akara WhatsApp anyị bụ 08078777111 080 08077771111 nke na-emepe bido na elekere asatọ nke ụtụtụ ruo elekere itenaanị nke abalị kwa Mọnde wee ruo Satọde izuụka ọbụla. N'oge ugbu a ị nwere ike irite uru nyocha ahụ n'efu nke na-aga n'ihu n'ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị iche iche bido Mọnde ruo Satọde na-agbata elekere asatọ nke ụtụtụ ruo elekere 6 nke mgbede. Chetakwa na ọ bụ naanị nyocha ahụ ga-egosi ihe na-esogbu gị. Ọ bụ mgbe anyị chọpụtara ihe butere ihe na-esogbu gị ka anyị ga-eduzi gị ụzọ ụdị ọgwụ ị ga-aṅụ ka ị were soro puku kwuru puku ndị mmadụ na-enye Chineke otuto site n'ezi ahụike maka na ahụike bụ eze. Daalụ.
However, for the benefit of those that are listening to us for the first time, this is Osa Herbal Care Venture, and we have been in existence for more than 28 years with more than 25 herbal products approved by NAFDAC with different testimonies. This is the time for you to embrace herbal medicine because it is highly effective for those that know and understand how to use it. Herbal medicine has been used for a huge number of years with lots of health benefits that have been alluding to its efficacy. It's good to experience how ancient and accumulated knowledge is applied in a holistic approach in present-day healthcare.
You can now enjoy some of these herbal products from the stables of Orisa Herbal Care, like Mr. Doctor Booster. For man only, women cannot take it, please, because men do not need to tell their wife story in the night again. It is in capsule and liquid forms. Also, Authentic Mama. It is for women only. Men cannot take this. This is the time to stop experiencing lower abdominal pain, cramp, or waist pain during your monthly flow, and also that which has been stopping you from having your baby. Say no to sickness this 2022. Mati Capsule has been restored again. For those of you having pains in your body, you always notice pains when you wake up in the morning. If you do a little work, you will be tired. Also, joint pains.
Don't think your problems don't have solutions. It has solutions. It is because you haven't met the person that will treat you very well. This is the time to stop visiting quacks. Also, pray that God should direct you to your point of solution because many are in the field but few are chosen. Please, don't take any medicine without NAFDAC number because if you take any of our products, make sure that the name you see on our signboard is the same name the product carry because we are the producers and not marketers. Also, confirm that they have not tampered with the cover and equally confirm that the medicine have NAFDAC number.
Furthermore, we wish to use this opportunity to appreciate the good work of all the regulatory bodies because without them, herbal medicine would not have been accepted like it has been in Nigeria today. We also want to use this medium to inform you, the general public, that you can only see all these products in our offices, but if your place is far from our office and you have your test result to prove the cause of your problem, we can advise you through our WhatsApp mobile consultation platform to guide you on the type of medicine you need and how it will get to your doorstep. The WhatsApp number is 0807 8777 111. The WhatsApp number is 0807 8777 111, which is opened from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Saturdays.
Within this period, you can benefit from free tests that is going on now in our offices from Monday to Saturday between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Remember, it is only tests that can prove the cause of your problem, the type of infection, the drug that is resistant to the organism in your body, the level of the organism, the organ that has been affected, etc. It is when we know the cause of your problem that we can now advise you on the type of medicine you need to take so that you can also join the millions of people that are giving glory to God through good health because good health is important and it is a guarantee for wealth. Thank you.
Make I tell you something where nobody's supposed to tell you. If body they do you somehow, no waste time. Come make we check out. No time to dey check it time. Make you no go dey play with your life, whoa. Because your health is your wealth, and your wealth is your health. Also, Herbal Care Venture, Center of Alternative Therapy. Pioneer, experience now the master. Also, Herbal Care Venture, Center of Alternative Therapy.
You can visit our Aba office at number 190B Fox Road, opposite Trailer House by Power Line, Aba. Also visit our Umuahia office at number 61/63 Owalaka Street, Umuahia.
Call 0816-1111-557 or 0807-8777-111.
This is the
hottest station.
Magic FM 102.9. Yeah, that's us. Feel the magic.
Kedu ka gị na ihe dị ka chi siri kee ya si emekọrịta? I chere na ọ maka ebe niile na-aga?
Ọ na-amasị m ịga n'ebe osimiri.
O nwere ike ọ bụrụ na ị hụrụ ụmụ anụmanụ n'anya maka na ị nọ n'ihe dị ka chi si kee ya. Ihe dị ka chi si kee ya nọrọkwa n'ime gị.
Kwụsị.
Ahụ gị chọrọ milk jupụtara n'ịdị mma nke ihe na-edozi ahụ iji kwalite otu isi ebi ndụ. Milk ahụ bụ Coast Milk. N'ihi ya gaa n'ihu kporie dị mma nke ihe na-edozi ahụ jupụtara n'ime Coast Milk taa.
Coast Milk, it's in our nature.
If you no want diarrhea or nyama disease for your house, especially for your pikin, they use soap and running water to wash hand well, especially after you go toilet finish, after you clean your pikin bum, before you prepare him food, and before and after you give am food. But if your pikin get diarrhea, knack am zinc tablet one time every day plus ORS every 4 hours, or make you dey give am small for inside cup. Because why? So that your pikin go dey bubble again and collect back everything when comot for im body. But sha make you carry am go for treatment for health center wey near you pass. Dis message na from ARIN Project, Federal Ministry of Health.
Introducing the new Onga Jollof Seasoning Powder. It's the new Jollof Taste Maker, made to give your jollof rice that rich jollof rice taste and aroma that's really hard to resist.
Onga, Mama's helping hand.
Austin, my God!
My brother.
See as customers full your shop remain. No be the same time me and you open shop.
Oh boy, I beg. Cut soap for me now. Cut soap, ke? My soap na Grobies o.
Grobies? Na name of soap be that?
Grobies na package from Keystone Bank where they support small businesses them to grow.
How now?
Grobies go sama you with better business and...
Yaka.